Our team tries to be really thoughtful and intentional about what that first day will look like. So we are setting up time where the parent and their child can come into the school, allow the child to immediately go to their classroom. One of the things we want to do is start that structure and that expectation right away. So we let the student go to their new classroom, explore, spend time with their peers, get to know their teacher. We allow the parent to hang out in there for a little bit that morning too, so they can kind of see like, oh, this is where my child is going to be every day. Once the child is settled, that's when we kind of get into allowing the parent to meet throughout the day all of the different clinical providers on their student's team. We do a lunch with their residential group home. We know that residential is often the hardest part for parents. They want to know where their child's going to be living and who's going to be around their child during those times. So we do a lunch so that they can all kind of get to know each other. After that, we set up the child's room. We take time for the parent to kind of unpack, set up their child's room however they would like to, however their child would do best, kind of making that a homey space for them. We found that's really where a lot of parents provide a lot of like care and intentionality. They want to make sure they set that up well for their kiddo. And then at the end of the day, we have what's called an end of day meeting with their clinical team. So parent hasn't seen their child since that first time in the morning when they're in their classroom. So at the end of the day, the clinical team all gets back together and they're able to say, I met him, we worked on speech and here is how it went. Here's how he did in the classroom today. Here's how his lunchtime went. We went over to APE and here's how he transitioned. So they're really just getting a recap of what that first day was like. And then after that end of day meeting, they spend a little time with their child in their group home and in their room. And then typically around dinner time, that's when they're telling their child, see you later. So we're with the parent through that whole time, just making sure that whole day goes smoothly for them.